Hello, check, check, check. Popped in on a special Wednesday, August 10th, August 11th of 2021. Sorry about last Friday. I could not get my streaming software to connect to YouTube for whatever reason. I don't know. I ended up doing I did an update on OBS and apparently that fixed the problem. So sorry about not being able to stream last Friday. I figured out how to use the on demand on Thinkorswim. But right now we're about to go. We got 1 minute till the bell, and boom, there we go. I'm long currently FULC right now from an average of $18.32. I'm selling. I'm going to be selling into this squeeze right now. I'm going to sell 1/3 of my position. So I sold some right there at 24. It looks like it's going to fail. Maybe not. I'm going to sell. All right. So I had 3,500 shares total. I'm down to 1,000 shares right now. So I just sold some into that spike. The red to green on this stock right here is 18 or 1873. My average is 1833. So I held 3,500 shares overnight. I bought on the pullback yesterday into the close when it was holding over VWAP. So that was my indicator. I mean, this thing really held its gains nicely. Real clean. So now what I'm going to do, I don't know if this thing is going to continue going right now. It looks like it's going to continue. There it goes. And I'm thinking about boxing myself in for a short right here. And there goes AHPI. That was my other, my top three watches were BTBT, AHPI, and FULC. AHPI I liked because it pulled back and it was holding the support on the daily. And there's 25. I think I am going to box a little bit in short. Okay, I boxed in 500 shares short on FULC. So we'll see. Because I'm thinking that this spike might fail. And then it pulls back and maybe does like a U-shape action and comes out and breaks out later. A lot of times the initial morning spike will fail in the morning. And then it'll find a key support level. It'll form support, and then it'll break out later in the day. So I got some shares short at 24.73. I mean, I could. I'm not going to sell any more shares of my long. I'm just going to wait and hold it. Anyways. So yeah, I decided to just test this last second because, because it's a nice play. It's definitely a nice play. Also, BTBT, I'm long BTBT right now. I had an average of 1444, the number 5 dip buy, everybody that I always talk about. I was short yesterday. I caught a nice short on this thing. I was shorting on I was shorting here into this spike. I was shorting in the 18s, 19s, and 20s, and then covering yesterday. I really timed this one well, and then I flipped long. I flipped long yesterday down in the 14s, and right now I'm just going to risk 1550, which is the red to green on it. So as long as it holds green on the day, in fact, I think I might add some shares right here on this little pull. See, it's pulling right now, and as long as it stays over 1550, I think I will stay in the trade. Oh, there's a pop. All right, so I added. So now my new average is 1541. So I'll just put my risk in at my entry, 1541. So 1550 is the red to green. I mean, if it goes red, I don't want to be in the trade anyways. So I will hold this as long as it stays green on the day. And I mean, a good indicator for BTBT is just to watch Bitcoin. And it looks like right now FULC is starting to dump. Oh, and there goes BTBT. I should just took all my profits. Come on, hold green on the day. I just put a stop loss in at 1541. So oh, that's FLGC. FULC pulling back a little bit. So let's just, I'm kind of what I want to do is I want to add shares back to my position. All right, so my stop just got hit on BTBT. So lower the better. Hopefully it keeps going lower, and then I might try to rebuy it later on. So FULC dipping. I want to add to my long. I was expecting a dip. This is what I thought was going to happen. I thought I was going to have a little morning spike, a rejection, and then now I'm just hoping that we can get a support and a push. Okay, I covered a little bit of my short. I was up like almost 700 on it, so I took off half of it. So book some profits there. Now I just got to figure out where I want to get more long at. I think I want to get more long here actually. It seems to be holding 23 pretty nicely. So I'm buying some more. I got executed at 23.50. BTBT down to 15. I'm not going to buy that right now. Unless it reclaims green on the day, I'm not going to buy it. So it's got to get over 15.50. AHPI, morning spike failed as normal. HPI, every time it spikes, it fails. So if you're getting AHPI and you're in the middle of a squeeze, just take your profits. Don't be stubborn with trying to get more out of it. Just be happy with your singles on AHPI. So it's holding 23 right now. I kind of want to add some more. Should I add some more? All right, I did. I got executed at 23.60. So now my new average is $20. Looks like we might go lower. I hope not. But we'll see. I think FULC is going to keep going. It was an earnings winner. They did an offering yesterday in the after hours. This big dip right here, and then it just immediately reclaimed. I actually had 6,000 shares long yesterday, which is way too big of a position size for me. And I was gonna hold it overnight, but that dip scared me out. I started selling, but then when it reclaimed, I stopped selling. And I was like, you know what? I'll just hold this 3,500 shares, and we'll see what happens. So BTBT back up to 1550, but it could get rejected right here by the red to green action. And it looks like FULC might go lower. Come on, don't go lower. Looks like Henry is long SPONF at 0.02 cents. Probably an OTC. Sounds like an OTC, maybe. SPONF. Yep, it's an OTC. I wonder why he's long that. Okay, more failure out of FULC. So I think I got a little overzealous with adding on my long there. I'm just going to wait. I got to wait. Ooh, look at that. Nice dip. Nice dip by on AHPI. Look at that. A dip and nice rip. It's going to break out. If I would have got long on that dip, I'd be selling half right here into this rip near 13. There it goes. BTBT reclaiming red to green. 1550 was the red to green here. So reclaiming. Let's see if it holds. If it pulls back and it starts to hold, I might hop back in it again. Thinking about taking off the rest of my short on FULC because it looks like it wants to hold. I did. I took it off at 23.31. Maybe a bad idea, but I mean, FULC is selling off. I mean, it did sell off, but it looks like all these sellers are getting absorbed. And I think we might have a rip back. Look at that. BTBT back up to 16. So it went red on the day, and then now it's pushed back to high day. So we got to see. I want to see a pull, and I want to see a hold of 1550. If I get that, I'm going to get back in. AHPI, I'm not going to mess with it. FLGC spiking from 1250 to 1379. That one fails every time it spikes though. I'll watch it. I'm not gonna mess with it though. All right, we're getting a little bit of a pull here on BTBT. I kind of want to buy it. All right, I'm going to buy some BTBT here in the at 1580. Got an order at 1580. I'm in at 1580. And once again, I'm risking red green, which is 1550. So risking 30 cents. So let's look at Bitcoin real fast, because this thing trades in sympathy with Bitcoin. So yeah, if Bitcoin, you know, gets over 47K, we'll probably get a squeeze. It's holding near its highs. Bitcoin is. It's holding up in the between 44 and 46. FULC, more selling. I'm not going to add right now. I'm just going to wait. BTBT. This is the area that I want to see hold. Might actually buy a little more here. Okay, I bought a little more there at 1566. I don't like this selling by FULC. Come on. Okay, I am not adding any more to my position on this dip. We gotta wait. So after my ads, I got my average up to $20.38. So who knows how much this is gonna dip before we get some kind of a bounce. And meanwhile, BTBT looks like it wants to hold 1550. Looks like it wants to break out. Looks like it might break the highs. Okay, I sold 1/3 of my BTBT right up there at 1596. And I just did that because in case it goes against me, to reduce my risk a little bit. So now my new average is 1573 on it. So now instead of risking like 30 cents, I'm only risking 23 and have a little bit smaller size. Is anybody out there? Just not if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Alright, that was a nice pop on FULC. So FULC was a nice play. I actually bought it yesterday and traded really bad. I mean, horribly bad. When it broke high a day and it broke high a day and it halted, I bought it on this little dip right here. I bought it on this dip in the 1350s, and then oh my god, I'm so embarrassed to say this, but I sold all of it. I sold some into this first spike up into the 1440s and sold the rest into this spike towards 15. That's it. Meanwhile, and then I sit there and proceeded to watch the thing just go up, up, up. Every dip just got bought. So then I waited all day. I was like, okay, we're going to wait for this thing to pull back to VWAP. When it pulls back to VWAP, I'm buying it. And I waited all day. And then when it finally pulled back to VWAP, I got in. All right, so we're getting a little bit of a bounce. Hopefully I can move my risk up to this area under this candle at 22.30. So maybe I could risk 22 and then maybe forget about it. Look at that spike. That was a nice little spike there. AHPI. Impressive. Some volume coming in. Look at that volume come in on FULC. Nice volume surge. Maybe I should sell some right here though. Look at that. Look at that. Going towards high a day. Okay, I sold a small piece. I sold 250 shares. I still have 1,000 shares. So now my new average is $20.89. So I took a little bit off because I don't know if this is going to get rejected by high of day and then just, you know, it could get rejected here and then continue to fade. I don't know, so I want to take a little bit. Meanwhile, look at our good friend BTBT. Okay, BTBT testing high day. Testing. Testing high day. So I'm glad I took another 250 shares off right there because look, right into that pop, it got rejected. So we'll just see what happens now. We'll see if it holds 22, the low of this candle. Meanwhile, BTBT what are you gonna do? You gonna pull back some more? All right, I'm just gonna put a stop loss in on BTBT. I'll put it back under 1550 again. And I mean, this might need some time. BTBT might need some time to consolidate near its highs. Like I said, 1550, that's a key level. That's the red to green. Yes, it dipped below it for just a second, but it immediately reclaimed it. Now it's holding green on the day, holding over VWAP. So this looks bullish. So I just need to set the stop loss and do my best to forget about it. So there she goes. BTBT is going to break high day, it looks like. So I'm tempted to add more shares and risk this low of this candle, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the ultimate low. I mean, it could put in a higher low here and then start grinding back. But I'm not going to add. We'll just wait. Put the stop loss in on BTBT. So just stay red on the day, or stay green on the day, and we'll be good. So I got the stop loss in there. And essentially what I want to do with FULC is I just want to find, I want it to put in, I want to see it confirm, put in a higher low. I want it to put in a higher low so I know that we have, that it's bottomed out and that now it's going to start grinding back. And I'm thinking that this is it right here, 2240. But so many times when I'm dip buying, I'm really bad about being early. I'm trying to fix that, but it's difficult. See, look, looks like it's about to test low a day again. So, come on. I hope that hopefully you can hold right here. Hold 2250. Well, looks like it's going to head lower. God, I'm glad I took some into that spike at 24. Meanwhile, BTBT down to 1566. I added those shares back that I took off near 16. Still going to risk red to green on it. So we'll hold those. And BTBT, I think, let's look at Bitcoin. See, Bitcoin's holding near its high, so it makes me bullish on BTBT. And if we look at this daily chart, I mean, really, I mean, I'd love to see this thing come back and retest 20. Fucking BTBT. Hit my risk again. I probably set it too tight. God damn, that's annoying. I set it too tight. I set it just under. All right. So, FULC here. It looks like it's putting some support in. So, damn, AHPI. Fucking A, there it goes. Up to almost 14 now. 1366. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this price action right here. Thinking about adding. $23.50. Look at the volume. Volume pouring in. I think I'm going to add, if we get another little dip down to 23, I'm going to add another 250 shares. Set my stop loss below this, and then try to do my best to hold it the rest of the day. Okay, I bought a little bit more right there at 23.39. New average now is 21.63. So I'm back up to 1,500 shares with an average of 21.63. And I pray that this support holds. I mean, no matter what, I can't lose on the trade. So I've already locked in almost 5,000 in profits on the day. I've got another 100. I got another 2,500, 2,600 unrealized, and hopefully it can keep going. Damn, AHPI up to 14. Nice dip and rip. Nice dip and rip. I really like the AHPI because of the daily. I was planning on buying this on a dip, but it just spiked right out the open, and I don't like chasing spikes on this thing because this thing has a tendency to just go up and down, up and down. If anything, you could short it right now and just scalp up. See if there's any shorts available. Boom. I just actually got some short. Because this thing is so, I mean, it's moving into a previous resistance from yesterday, and every spike usually has pretty sharp pulls. So, like, it pulls back to, you know, I just got it at 1435. It pulls back to 1350. I can cover it. I just shorted 1,000 shares. It's $800 right there, and probably within minutes that's going to happen. So I'm going to start ready to cover some here on this little yank. Near 14. Covered a small piece there at 14.10. So it looks like it might go higher. So if you look at the previous day's resistance on it, let's look at this 5-minute chart. Short into this resistance. I mean, look at these fails on it. Huge fails every time. If we look at a 15-minute chart, look, spike, big fail, spike, big fail, spike, big fail. I mean, why would today be any different? I might squeeze up to 15 here. Okay, shorted some more there at 1464. Got some more at 1481. A little bit more at 1530. Okay, I tried to get some more there in the 1530s but missed it. Took some more at 1511. Meanwhile, FULC holding. Hopefully it holds. I mean, it is putting in, so it's putting in lower highs now. Lower high, but it is putting in higher lows. So we'll see. It looks like it's gonna kind of coil and go sideways for a while, and then it's gonna pick a direction. BT going red. Let that fade. Lower the better for BT. Hopefully it keeps fading. Meanwhile, HPI pulling back. So my average on AHPI now is 1485. Yesterday's high was 1617. I'm thinking it's going to pull at least to 14. So it's starting to pull back right now. I'm going to cover some into this pull, and then maybe on a bounce I can short some more. Pull a little bit more. No, I was trying to get it down at 1450. There we go. Okay, covered some at 1465. And then when it bounce, because it's probably going to bounce back up to 15, I'm going to try to reshort those shares. FULC still holding. Barely though. FULC barely hanging on. I mean, it's got. I think my max 22 is going to have to be it for me. Well, not even 22. 22, the low of this candle. My average is 21.68. I mean, I should put it in there, but I want to take some of my profits if it doesn't hold. And then now we're getting a bounce. I added the 500 shares back there at 15.12. See if we go to 16 now. No, 15 rejected so far. BTBT about test low a day. HPI. See, HPI has a habit of it'll get choppy up here at the top, and then it'll just give it all up. I mean, it's done that several times. Look at all these spikes. Spikes, they're real choppy. They're real choppy, and then just fail. You never know, though. I mean, if it pulls back to 14, I'll definitely start to take some profits there, which is VWAP. Most likely it bounces off VWAP. I'm glad I cut BTBT. It's all the way testing low a day. It's down to 15 now. So lower the better for BTBT. Hopefully it keeps fading, because we'll look to dip by this again. Look at that, FULC holding. Nice. Maybe. AHPI. Waiting for a pull down to 14 so I can cover some there. So I got 1,500 shares now with an average of $15.10. And FULC looks like it's not going to hold. Fuck. She just took it all off. Look at that. Looks like it's about to crack low a day. That sucks. That is a bummer. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it wants to hold. Okay, I covered 500 shares of AHPI since it's holding. It seems to be consolidating and holding near its highs right here. I mean, it could dump or it could sit there and kind of put in a bull flag and then squeeze up. So I'm going to cover just a little bit just to protect myself. I can always reshort it higher, but now as soon as I cover, there's our flush. There it is. There it is. We'll take some more off. Take a quarter off. Okay, got some out at 14.35. I'm gonna try to get some more off, and I'm gonna put an order to cover at 14.06, and then it'll probably have a nice bounce too, back up to the 15s. So definitely put in order to short more because this thing is pretty whippy. All right, got my 14 on it, so I'll just hold the rest of these shares because I mean, who knows? It might just fade all day. Oh no! FULC down to 22, and my average is 21.63. Sad, sad, sad. When I was up over $10,000 on this trade, I should have just took it all off there. But I'm trying to let my winners run. And I think this may just continue to go lower before it bounces. So we'll watch it. God, that's so annoying. Oh. I mean, really what I could have done is I could have just not added any shares, risked 1870s, and then just really, if it got down that low, I mean, it's probably going to bounce off red to green if it goes down that low and add down there, but I don't know. It doesn't matter if how much I win on a trade, I always fuck them up. No matter what. Always. I always fuck them up somehow. I mean, I'm up over 5,000 on the day, so nothing to bitch about. But I just think about that, how at one point I was up over 10 grand. But if I would have took all my profits and then this thing keeps going, still $10,000 in a day, shit. I remember whenever I first started trading, I remember making $300 in a day and being super happy. I remember making I remember making anywhere from like $100 to $300 in a day and being like, winner. Yeah, my first 6 months, I remember going on a walk and my wife asking me, "Are you ever going to make money at this?" Look at that. HPI just fading. Fading, fading, fading. It's going to bounce too. So we're going to have to short the bounce. I'm surprised there's shares to short on HPI. There's usually never any shares. I decided I'm going to open a speed trader account so I can find more shares to short. And so I can short OTCs. E-Trade doesn't let you short OTCs or stocks under $1, which is annoying. I don't know why they have some of these rules, but whatever. All right, so now I'm back down to my entry. The question is what? Now I'm down to my entry. Almost, not quite down to my entry, but what do I do with it now? I mean, is this the beginning of the end? Or is this just the dip? I mean, look at this. I mean, okay, big picture idea. It's pulling back to yesterday's highs. So really, ideally, and there should be support from pre-market. Really, if I wasn't in the trade, I'd be looking to dip by this right now. So it makes me not want to sell. It makes me want to add. But I'm not going to add. I'll just wait. I'm not going to sell either. Like if I was not in the trade right now I would be looking, I'd probably start buying right now. But I'm not going to buy because I've already got a spot. Ooh, nice. BTBT cracking low a day. So with BTBT, if we look at the daily chart on BTBT, I mean, yesterday was the first red day. Well, technically day before, I guess, would be first red day. Oops, wrong one. I traded this a little bit on the front side of the move, but not that well. I didn't have patience for it, but man, this is a nice short right here. But yes, hopefully this thing keeps fading. Maybe down to the 12s. It gets down to, gets down here to the 13s or the 12s. I am going to buy it right in here. Anywhere between I'd say between 10 and 12 bucks. 10 and 12.50. Anywhere in here, I will start buying it up again. I don't think it'll even make it down that far, though. I think maybe at lowest it'll get down to the 1350s, and I think it'll start curling, and we'll get another move up. I mean, this might not even be a bad dip buy here at 15. All right, look at that. Here's a pop on AHPI. So we're going to short pops on this. I got an order at, oops. I got an order at 1472. Are they going to get there? Okay, I put an order at 1442. So I got an order at 1440, 1472, 1501, 1532, and 1585. There we go. So got some in the 1540s. Now, see if we can get it up a little bit higher. In fact, I might. So now, with that add, my new average is 1476. I think I might move this up some more. No, I won't. I'll leave it. So, see if it gets up to 1572 and we'll take some more. So it's over 1550 now. 1560s, 1460s, 1470s. I might move it down just a little bit. All right, I got it at 1465 and it would have hit. Hopefully it goes to 15 and we can get another ad. Meanwhile, FULC is breaking my heart. It's an earnings winner. Huge volume yesterday. Man, I gotta think that this thing is gonna come back later today. I can't sell. I'm not going to. Because even though it's fading, it's not, I mean, God, you got to expect some profit taking. Look at this huge gap up. So I'm not going to add, but I am going to hold. I'm very bullish on this stock right now. They did an offering. It absorbed that offering super well. It's an earnings winner. Great volume yesterday. I mean, like, held VWAP beautifully into the afternoon. I got to think this thing is going to squeeze. If anybody's out there, don't be afraid to get in the chat and make some comments. Oh, if you tell me I'm an idiot and you tell me my trade ideas are horrible, that I won't be mad at you. According to my stats, I'm only a 56% winner anyways. One of my poker buddies, that he's an investor, he's not a trader, but he said that one year he traded for a year, and he said that out of 200 trades, he didn't lose one single trade. I'm like, come on, dude. If you're going to lie, you got to make it believable. I mean, like, the best traders in the world are at like 70%. I don't know who the fuck he's trying to fool with that, but that might be the dumbest shit I've ever heard. AHPI rejected for now. I mean, I could just take the safe profits right now. Look at this trend still holding. But I don't know, she might crack under 13.7. Ooh, look at that. Golly, this thing. That's why it's just so much easier to short AHPI. But there's never any shares to short. Okay, I covered some. Covered 1/3 right there at 1373. Don't predict, react, Brian. Which ticker are you talking about, Travis? Which ticker? I agree 100%. Don't predict, react, motherfuckers. You know, that means... The fact that Travis said that means that he's been studying. So I have a chat on WhatsApp, and there's like, 5 or 6 of us in there trading. We talk shit all the time. Okay, Henry still owes me 10 burpees. I put, you're right. I can't ever predict when Henry is going to give me my 10 EJH burpees. We always make burpee bets, so, and he owes me some burpees because this motherfucker thinks everything's going to the moon. All right, we got some support forming on FULC. Now we just need to squeeze back to the highs. Meanwhile, shitty AHPI. AHPI may end up back down here at 12 bucks today. I don't know. But today's my poker day, and I got to be there in about an hour. So I'm going to have to go, but I'll go over the game plan. I am not going to sell my FULC right now. I think this will bounce. God, I shouldn't get stubborn with my bias though. Just because I think it's going to bounce and because I think it's going to come back doesn't mean it's going to. Okay, my average on it is 21.63. I am going to set the stop loss, and it's going to break my heart at 21.59. So if it doesn't hold this support, because I'm not going to be next to my computer, I'm going to have to cut it.
IPO is now trading. IPO is now trading.
So I pray that it holds while I'm driving, because I'm going to be so mad if it hits my stop and then comes back later today. The thought of that makes me just not want to fucking put the stop in and wait. That's way more of a gamble. Anyways, I'll be back Friday. So I'm done for now. I'm just going to let this HPI short work. It may creep up and pop through the highs one more time. I'll short more if it does. Other than that, I'm